Hello, I'm Ivy. I'm going to start by teaching what is definition of learning. Learning is a relatively permanent change in behavior as a result of experience and practice. The next is characteristics of learning. Learning involves a change in behavior. Learning occurs through practice. Learning should result in relatively permanent change. That is, the changes should last a considerable length of time and not disappear after a few hours or days. Learning is a continuous process. Learning is transferable. Then next is all about principles of learning. The principles of learning. Number 1, the principle of readiness. That is, the individuals will learn best when they are ready to learn. Readiness may be mental, physical, or emotional. The principle of practice. This means get better as they repeat what has been learned. The more often people are able to do what they have learned, the better they become in doing it. The next is the principle of meaningfulness. We learn best and retain for long what is meaningful. The principle of known to known. Learning occurs. The principle of known to known. Learning occurs best if it is started from the known to unknown. The principle of step to step. Learning should be done on step. Divide whatever is being learned into smaller steps, starting from the simple one to more complex. The steps should be logical. Then we look at the theories of learning. Classical conditioning is the first theory of learning. Ian Pavard developed the theory of classical learning conditioning. Classical conditioning is a form of learning in which a neutral stimuli brings about a response after being associated with stimulus that already elicits that response. Number 2, extinction. This is the disappearance of learned response. It occurs when reinforcement is withdrawn, e.g. ringing the bell without giving the dog food. If it is repeated many times, the dog will stop salivating because it will learn what the bell is no longer accompanied by food. Spontaneous recovery. This is temporary increase in the strength of conditioned response, which is likely to occur during extinction after the passage of time. The next principle is generalization. This involves the dog responding to another stimulus in the same way it responded to the conditioned stimulus, e.g., the dog can indiscriminately salivate to any type of bell. Discrimination. This is where there is ability to discriminate differences between different stimuli and only respond to a specific stimulus. Making use of classical conditioning in classical situations. Number 1, create an atmosphere that attracts children to school by being warm, loving, kind, etc. The same principle of association can be used to make children like subjects or topics which they fear may be using interesting methods. Teachers should avoid beating and abusing the children, as after some times they develop fear. Let every child experience success in something. Elements of respondents. The unconditioned stimuli. This produces a response automatically, e.g., food prevents salivation. The unconditioned response. The response that comes automatically. The neutral stimulus has no effect on organization during the initial stages of the process. The cordation stimuli initially has no effect on the organism, but which has acquired the ability to purchase a response in the organization after conditioning process, that is, feeling angry in the sight of the cook at lunchtime. Cordation response. This is the response that results due to the effect of cordation stimuli, e.g. salivation at the sound of the bell. Thank you. For today, we'll end up there.